The black cats got Dave N. The white cats, they got Doug. The Google search engine has...
Hello, hello!
Hello, hello.
Jim and Ann show and a tricky topic.
It is a crazy topic.
Crazy topic. Oh my gosh. I'm losing trust in the humanity again.
So, AshleyMadison. That's going to be... if you don't know what AshleyMadison is now...
You're a good person.
That is good. That is good. If you don't know of it, you're going to hear of it by,
You must
you're
be
going to
great
know it.
by now.
So, someone hacked... so, AshleyMadison is a website where... I'm not an expert at it. I just know a little that I've read about it, but I think it's like married people get together to have affairs. So married men and married women go into the site and say, "Yep, I'm married. Let's have an affair." And then they get the profile page about the person and all their kinks and fetishes of everything that they like and what they like in women or men and so that's what the AshleyMadison site is, and I guess you can pay money to get certain levels there. I don't know if you can have a free account.
I imagine it's something like any dating site, like any good
so
dating site.
You may get a little for free, but at some point
like to access the
could be paid
search
members.
database or to search people and stuff like that.
So there were 32 million profiles in there that were hacked. And so someone basically went in and hacked the website and pulled down an awful lot of information from all the profiles. So they grabbed 32 million profiles, email accounts, and all the profile information. If anyone had paid, they have the last four digits of the credit card. They have the billing address for the credit card. They have people's first name and last name. And so hackers went in and grabbed all that information and pulled it off there and have made it available to the public now. So this is, 2 days after it was released to the public, and there are thousands of people that have downloaded this database onto their computer. I know people who have downloaded this onto their computer, this database. And so the genie is out of the bottle. Like it is now out there. 32 million emails and accounts, and this is what day two.
My whole country.
32 million?
Yeah.
Well,
of unfaithful people. Can you imagine that?
It is mind-boggling, and what they have so far. I mean, this is just day 2 of this being released to everyone, and there's already websites where you can go and search an email address. So I'm sure if you go to Google and type in AshleyMadison's find email tool, you'll come across one. There's many out there that are being referenced already. And so what you can do with this tool is type in, there's one tool that I used yesterday, one of the first ones that came out, and you basically can type in an email address and hit enter, and it will tell you yes or no if there's a file there using that particular email. So you can hit bob@hotmail.com, hit enter, and it'll say yes or no. But if it does say yes, the search functions of this database have just started. And so I would right now you can search to see if there's an email in there. If you have all the records on your computer, you then can pull up everything about that email. Like what's the first and last name on that account, if they paid, what's the billing address, what's the whole profile information, what are their fetishes,
last 4 digits of the credit card.
Last 4 digits of credit card. And so all of this is their sexual kinks and preferences and likes. It's all there for 32 million accounts. And so I guess the thing is people already have started searching through this database. One of the first people that got pulled out of there was Josh Duggar. It's the minister guy. He had a TV show. I don't know too much about him. I think he was accused of molesting a bunch of his kids as well and lost his TV show. And he was the head of American Family Society or something like that?
American Family Values.
American Family Values. as well, and one of the people that had downloaded this database onto their computer found his name, found his address, the last 4 digits of his credit card. They actually found 2 different accounts going on there. He even paid the $250 extra to get a bunch of points and guaranteed a fare within 3 months. And so, how do I say, if you've ever used AshleyMadison, you're fucked. You're screwed, because right now it's just an email search, but imagine anyone typing in an address. Let's see if anyone had used my billing address. Let's just type in the last 4 digits of my credit card and see what accounts match that, and start looking through what are the names and addresses used on this. I was chatting on Facebook last night about this, and my guess was that 1 to 2 million of those accounts are going to be, and I'm just guessing, can be tied to real people. And
they are online forever. So it's like it's not.
Oh yeah, it's never going away.
It's never going away. Their names, their emails, they have all the details, their preferences. They are online forever now. If
I was ever dating, it's almost like another thing that I would want to look. If I meet someone, I'm gonna give me all your email addresses. Let me go over here for a second. Are you ever on AshleyMadison? I don't know. Tell me all your emails. I don't know. But I'm sure even addresses and
but even the name.
Yeah.
The name's already
there.
Well,
people can always be like, oh, someone else signed up under something under my name. Well, they also used your address and a credit card that had a billing statement going to that.
But can you imagine, how many stories of that will go viral? Like that guy you just mentioned. That search will be number 1 for his name for lifetime now. So anytime anyone, it's not like he made a mistake at some point of his life and now he realized it and he can be forgiven. It's fine. But anytime anyone is searching his name on Google from now on, there will be an article about that mistake in his life forever.
Well, as well as, there could be over 1 million people affected by this. Over the next few months, you're just going to hear thousands of names. Like every day, it's like these 10 people were on AshleyMadison. It's just going to, I think I forget, someone gave the number of edu email addresses, the number of .gov email addresses, the number of .mil addresses. Every one of those emails, you can find who that person is. Like someone signed up with bsmith@harvard.edu. Oh, you can find out exactly who B. Smith is at harvard.edu. Like, easy. In 2 minutes, I could find that name.
Those are not fake emails.
And it's like, there's no way that someone can hide from that. It's like, you know what? I'm sure to join, there was like, we're going to send an email to your email that you need to click on to verify. So it's like, you're probably not going to throw in someone else's edu email address. So it's like, hey, and then anyone can be like, anyone that denies it, well, let's look over your sexual fetishes and what you like in women and everything you wrote in there. Like that might sound like you, Bob. I don't know. That wouldn't surprise me, Bob. I don't know.
Yeah, that's so sad.
It's I don't think that people realize just how big of an impact this is going to be. This is really going to, and there's been breaches at, I don't know, Sears and Target and JCPenney or whatever. Like, there's been major security breaches at places, but this brings it to a whole new level of breaching. I mean, there could easily be 1 million people that you can tie them in with who exactly they are. Lawyers are going to become rich. The divorce lawyers are, they're going to become rich. There's 32 million email addresses in that data dump. If I was an affiliate selling Viagra, I would send them all an email. If I was an affiliate selling dating website subscription services, I would send them an email. It's a huge email list as well that you have. And those emails are kind of burned now if they don't know them. People are going to be blackmailed. I mean, I had all sorts of predictions about this. Like, I predict that someone's going to find that the Bob Smith Harvard guy, someone's going to be like, oh, here's Bob Smith, and gee, he's married, and here's his wife, and Bob, you're going to pay us some money, or we're going to tell your wife. And Bob might be like, all right, here's some money. And then 2 hours later, someone else is going to contact him from another country, and they're going to get, eventually these people are going to be like, blackmailing isn't even, it's like they're fucked. This month, a lot of people are going to be talking with their spouse and say, I got something to tell you, because they're just, it's crazy. It's going to change. People, whatever you write, it's there. Assume it's going to be there forever, and assume it's going to be public. Even if you're on some AshleyMadison dating site or whatever you're doing,
there's no perfectly private place. Yeah, I can imagine internet has given so much to people, like freedom. You can buy stuff that you would not buy in the real shop because you can be shy or anything. But
buy a guaranteed affair for $250.
Yeah, but these stories like that, like it's dangerous.
It is.
Whatever you do online, I
think this is going to be the biggest story of the entire year. I think it's going to change the way people look at the internet. I think it's going to really affect how people think of privacy. I think that politicians are going to get nailed, teachers are going to get nailed, gov people are going to get nailed, military people are going to get nailed, people in other countries where it's a serious crime to do that. The implications of this are going to be so big, and we've just started.
So we'll keep tracking the news, but you go ahead and check your own email.
Yeah, maybe we'll give you a link in the blog post of where you can check emails or your spouse's emails or whatever.
Yeah, but you can find those on Google as well. If you just search search engine.
And I would imagine that soon you can search your address and search for names and search for whatever you want. And even if you were using a fake email, you're safe this morning, but this afternoon you're not. And how many? There's just
and those even not many people know that yet, but those search engines will gain popularity and they will.
You remember when years ago, it was like, I think in 2007, AOL released a whole bunch of search data. So kind of related. Someone at AOL thought it would be a good idea to release a whole bunch of search data, and they would replace the person's name with numbers. And so they released that data dump, and everyone grabbed that data dump, and I may or may not still have that data dump, but a lot of people have that data dump. And search tools were built around it. So, for example, you could search a couple things. You could search for, for example, I could search my name. I never used AOL search, so there really wasn't anything in there. But for those that used AOL search, you could search someone's name, Bob Smith, because people tend to search for their name quite often. And so it's like, all right, here's all the users that have typed in Bob Smith and how often they've typed in Bob Smith. So you can be like, all right,
let's look what else they were looking for.
Yeah, and then you can be like, all right, well, let's see what else that user number 1730458 searched besides Bob Smith several times. Well, they also searched for like doctors in St. Louis, plumbers in St. Louis, chiropractor in St. Louis. Well, guess what? That's the Bob Smith from St. Louis. And then you could also see all the searches that person did. And people don't think that this was all searches that person did on AOL. You could also search for things that people would search for, like there were some famous ones like how to kill my wife. And you could be like, all right, here's all the user numbers that searched for how to kill my wife, and then you can pull up one of the user numbers, and it says, all right, here's all the searches that this person does and how often they do them. And gee, the number one search that they do is for Bob Smith. All right, well,
is
Bob
he still
Smith,
married?
Yeah, and Bob Smith's all over here in St. Louis, and Bob Smith also was running searches for how to kill his wife. And then like Bob Smith gets blackmailed, or Bob Smith's wife finds about it and runs for the hills. But they were, you could search for crazy searches, and you could basically identify who was the person behind that, and where they're from. And, I imagine that this database dump as well is going to be like that,
Yeah, we'll see a lot of search engines.
And it's there forever. It's like it's out of people have it on their computers. You know, I know someone very close to where I'm sitting, not Ann, but someone else that in this building that has a copy of it on their computer. Like it's everywhere, and it's going to be there forever. And you know, even that old AOL data still actually ranks in Google. It boggles my mind that was AOL Stalker. Like, you know, there were many sites that had a database, but there's one out there called AOL Stalker, and you can use it. You can search for all sorts of stuff out there, and like all that stuff is still indexed in Google. That's what boggles my mind. It's like Google really shouldn't index that site.
Yeah.
And all the search records of people, but
it's interesting that though. One just out of curiosity, the search, that database has only 4 digits of the credit card. Is that because that's the database?
They stored the last 4 digits of the credit card.
So that's not the hackers. So
yeah,
I thought that they were really good people.
No, I think it was the last 4, whatever they pulled from only had the last 4 digits of their credit card. If you read about Josh Duggar, AshleyMadison, there's a great article on Gawker that shows exactly all the information that's able to be pulled, including what accounts, what addresses, what extra services that someone bought, what guaranteed services or whatever. It's you know, politicians are going to go through this, teachers are going to go through this, military people are going to go through
marketers.
This. Everyone, yeah. I mean, there's
spammers.
If there's anyone, I mean, this is, I think, you know, I mean, what are we going to do in a month when it's like 1 million people have all been connected, and this famous politician, and this famous teacher, and this famous researcher, and I think we're all just going to get tired of hearing it. Like, I don't want to know who's on AshleyMadison. Like, I've heard 1 million people that are on there. I don't even want to know anymore. It's a crazy thing.
But that's a good reminder to think about what you are doing online and how safe your privacy is, and you may be not doing anything wrong, but you may do.
For marketers too, there's, you know, I won't deny that there's value in all that.
Ideas.
You know, if we know that Bob Smith is into, I don't know, blonde old women or something, you know, all right, you know, we're going to serve them ads that show blonde old women or something like.
Holding what we want.
yeah, you know, with a paddle or something. I don't know. We know this really appeals to Bob.
Whatever works for you, Bob.
But yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of ways to work. I mean, there's 32 million emails in this, and I don't know, like, do you send all the S&M people like ads for paddles and whips? I don't know. There's certainly you know, if I had a dating site or I had sold Viagra, or if I was a lawyer, I would be just salivating over this. Like, oh my God, look at all these emails, and I don't know. There's certainly potential in there. I'm too busy to use it. I already thought I was. Yesterday morning, I went into someone's office and I'm like, I've got an idea. I need to like move to another country where Canada can't touch us because the company's out of Canada, where their lawyers can't touch us, and I'm going to create a searchable database, and I'm going to charge people to search emails, and I'm going to charge people to get the full records, and I'll even charge people to delete the record from my database, not that it's going to be deleted from anyone else's. And unfortunately, probably 1 million other people thought that, and unfortunately, even more on top of it, a couple of people just said, we're just going to make all this search for free. It's like, oh, damn, I was going to make millions and millions of dollars, but I probably had a lot of other people thinking the same thing, and, you know, people are just going to give the stuff away for free. So you can't make money from doing that, but I don't know, affiliate people and Viagra sellers and other dating site sellers, and I don't know.
Scary.
Yeah.
Let's all think about what we are doing online and how trackable that is.
Yeah, you know, pretty much don't write it online. If you're, just assume whatever you write online is stored somewhere. Like, even if you think like, I'm going to write something and I'm going to delete it. Like, oh yeah, you may have deleted it from that moment, but there is certainly a storage of that somewhere. Like, anything that you write online,
yeah, like any account, you delete an account, and sometimes you change your mind, and you can always
Some
go
of some of the
customer
AshleyMadison
support
places, I'm sure, had canceled their account. It's like,
yeah,
well, you know what? They're there.
Yeah, but they are there because you can for almost all communities or sites you're a member of, you can delete your account and then you can ask to restore it, and it will be restored. And guess what? Guess why? Because you don't delete it. Actually, it's still stored.
And that could really affect those people in the future if Google knows, or not just Google, if anyone knows, and everyone can have this database, every company can have that database, and just picture in the future if everyone's on Google Glass walking around and they're seeing ads that are relevant
this one
everywhere.
in that database.
Yeah,
Stay away.
Every few seconds, these guys are going to get porn ads the rest of their life. Oh, you're into bondage here. Everywhere they go, God damn it, I was on Ashley Madison 20 years ago, and I can't get rid of this marketing stuff that I get all the time.
Oh my gosh, talk about karma.
Yeah. All right, so there's our Ashley Madison show.
Let us know what you think.
No, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Was a bad ending. there's our SEO take on Ashley Madison. Should we do that again? And there's our SEO take on Ashley Madison.
I will not be able to repeat that.
All right. All right.
Bye.